And after this video, nobody should ever have Durag lines ever again. What about the Sir Cruz? Y'all know what it is, guys. So what's coming on my page? Now, today we're gonna be teaching you all how to tie a Durag. A Durag for wavers is to lay our hair down to keep our waves compressed and looking good so they can look good in the morning. This is why I tell you all not to brush your hair in the morning, because that's the point of wearing the Durag overnight. The Durag is to keep your hair laid overnight, so in the morning when you go to school or work, it's laid. Why would you want to wake up in the morning 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks woofing? You go wake up from having your Durag on for eight hours probably overnight while you sleep. You go wake up in the morning and pick you up a brush that's gonna pull your hair. When you get a good brush with good pull, it's gonna lift your hair up off the scalp. It's not gonna lay down how it was when you had it on for 8 hours. That's why I say don't wake up and do that. That's the point of putting it on. You go home, once you get home from school and work, and you know you're not going back out the house, you can get you a mean brush session in. Once you get done with all your priorities, get you about an hour, 2-hour brush session in. I mean, that's if you a beginner or intermediate. But in general, you shouldn't be brushing your hair when you wake up in the morning. You get you the softest brush in your arsenal and brush your, don't brush your line up, especially if you got a fresh lineup. Because if you brush your lineup, it's gonna create waves at your lineup too. I mean, you should have waves at your all the way to your lineup, but when you, let's say you get a fresh lineup today, I never brush my lineup once it's fresh, because I'm telling you, it's gonna mess it up. So this is what I do. I brush all the way to the line. I know I got my waves is all the way to my lining already. So I'm brushing to right here. I get to right there and I stop. I don't brush my lineup because I want to keep my lineup fresh for as long as possible. So the Durag, like I said, now how to tie a Durag to get rid of them lines, to never get a line. Now, you always want to make sure the stitching is flat on your forehead. You don't want it to be jumbled up like that. You see how this jumbled up? You don't want none of that to be like that, because you're gonna leave a line. So you want to make sure the stitch, everything is flat. You got to be flat on your head. So see how I'm adjusting it? The line should be in the middle. The stitching should be completely laid on your forehead, right? That's step one. That's the first thing you want to make sure, that the stitching is flat on your head, because if it's jumbled up, you're gonna get that line. You want to take both the strings in the back and you tie it as if you tying your shoe. It's the same thing with tying your shoe. There's no way you should know how to tie your Durag. In the back, it should look like this. You tie it the first time. This is the first initial tie right here. And in the back is just like you tying it, just like tying a shoe. Then you create the second bow. See how you got this right here? See how you got that? I just made that bow right there. It's just like tying your shoe. It's the exact same way. You get that first bow, and then you take this string right here. Hopefully y'all can see that. Take this string right here that's left over, and you wrap it around that knot. Now you should have a hole right here. You see my 2 fingers right there? I don't know if you can see my 2 fingers moving, but you should have a hole right here in the middle. Your middle finger and your ring finger should be inserted in this hole. And then you bring this string that's left over and you bring it through that hole. You move, as you pressing this string through the hole, you're removing your middle finger and your ring finger. Now you come back and grab that string that you just put through the hole. Now you adjust it just like that. And you bring this down like that. Now you can also, depending on the Durag, you can do this and you can put it in a knot so it won't be looking like you Superman, you know, but you can do that. And then you good. You pull this down a little bit. I mean, it looked better to me. It looked better this way, opposed to having the flaps look like you about to just go flying in the air. But it's flat like that. Now you good. Now, on last tug, this is how you prevent the lines. You always do a last tug, because the compression, the main area you should be focused on compression is your head, not your forehead. So, you know, now for those that's wondering, this is a So Many Waves Durag. You can get you one at razakproducts.com. It's a drop down on the left side. You click that and you go to the So Many Waves caps option, and you click that. Get you a Durag, man. These are the best quality Durags. They're gonna last you for 10 years plus. And then like them do-rags you get in the beauty supply, rip up, look like you got a bullet hole in the middle, look like you in a game. This is not a game, this is a professional do-rag. It's gonna last you for your life. I'm telling you, you take care of it. So RaisActProducts.com, so many ways, caps, that's the tab on the side. Once you click it, you want a 10% discount, use the Circruise discount code, SIRCRUSE. Now I'm gonna show you how to tie it another way. Oh yeah, I forgot. Before, I still got it on. Now before you, if you want a little extra compression, you get you a boo-boo cap. Now once you put this boo-boo cap on top of the do-rag, just in case you a wild sleeper and the do-rag wanna come off of you, you put you a boo-boo cap on top of that, right? See, this is a right, see, you know how you call it, you know how you have a ripe fruit, but this is a ripe do-rag. What I mean by ripe is mean that it's worn out. So I like worn out boo-boo caps over the new ones because the new ones be too tight. But see how I have it? I got it like right below. I have it right below the stitching. Now, like I told you before, when you get done tying the do-rag up, you want to tug it right here. Now you see how it's not fully laying on my head? That's why I never had a do-rag line. It's 2019. Y'all should not be having do-rag lines on your head, man. So this is how I do it every night. I always wear my So Many Waves do-rag, and I put the boo-boo cap on top of it. That's the ultimate compression. You don't need more than that. You don't need more than 2 do-rag. You need 1 do-rag and a wave cap on top of that. Not the wave cap, then the do-rag. The do-rag always goes on first. Now I'm gonna show y'all another way to tie the do-rag. All right, now we're back again. As usual, first step, you do that, right? And now you got both the strings now. You bringing them around. This is what I do for this string right here, for this strap, I should say. Bring it straight across like that. It's hard trying to do it on the camera, opposed to if I was doing it, you know, in front of a mirror. Now you have this string right here. Okay, we got the second strap. Bring that one above the other one, and now they should meet in the back. You have both of them in your hands, right? Like the first time, you tying it just as though you're tying a shoe. It's the same way. So I'm pretty sure most of y'all that's watching this video know how to tie a shoe. So it's the same with tying your do-rag. Flip that string, flip one string under the other. Adjust it to your liking. Go over. 2 fingers should be in that hole just like before. Bring this string that's up here. Bring it under through the hole. Now we there. Now we there, right? Okay. Hopefully you can see that. Now everything should be good. You can leave it like that. You can do that. You can do what I said before. You can, you can do it like this. And then, and you're good. Now, as far as the straps in the front, you want to lay them flat, like I said before. Do that one last tug. It's hard trying to do this on the camera. You don't want it to be on your head wrong, because you're going to get them lines. Do that last tug. Make sure it's not too tight on your forehead, I know I may look stupid, but you get the point. I bet you're not going to have no do-rag lines, though. So, like I said, like that. Get your boo-boo cap. And then you set. Put your boo-boo cap on there, so make sure your do-rag is secure, because do-rags do tend to slip and slide through the night. So, you're there. Simple as that. So now, if you still feel as though you tied your do-rag too tight, you can also do this. This is what I do. Now, you have to remember, the do-rag the compression is in memory mode now. Okay, so the do-rag remembers where you left it off at. So if it's too tight and you don't feel like undoing it, just untie it right here a little bit. But the compression will remain the same everywhere. It's just you taking some of the tension off of your neck. And I know how that is. So you see how I have it loose now, but the compression is still the same elsewhere. Everything else feels the same. So hopefully I taught you something, man. Like I said, the compression is still the same everywhere. It's just that tension and that pressure's off my neck, which is a good thing. You don't want too much tension on your neck and you're wolfing. You're going to have that big line on the back of your neck too. So just like, what if you don't have enough money to get a taper, to get a taper on the sides and the back? What if you don't have no money? You don't get paid for another week. So you want to make that taper last. That's why people be having that big indentation on the back of their neck, when they go in the barbershop, because the do-rag line is the do-rag is too tight on the back of their head. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Hit that like button, share it with your friends, tell your friends to watch it. You know, I hope y'all watched the whole video. Shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate y'all, man. Hit that like button, subscribe. I hope I taught y'all something today. And after this video, nobody should ever have do-rag lines ever again.